Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires. Virtue is the only true source of happiness. It is quality rather than quantity that matters. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. The wise man does not lose himself in useless activity. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. He who is brave is free. The mind that is anxious about the future is miserable. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. He who has learned how to die has unlearned how to be a slave. Friendship always benefits. Love sometimes injures. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Love in the present tense. Live in the present. A true friend is one soul in two bodies. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Nothing dries sooner than a tear. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. No one can be brave who considers pain to be the greatest evil in life. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. There is no great genius without a touch of madness. The pressure of adversity does not affect the mind of the brave man. It merely reveals it. If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. While we are postponing, life speeds by. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Life is long if you know how to use it. Determine never to be idle. No person will have occasion to complain of the want of time who never loses any. Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Wealth is the parent of luxury and indolence, and poverty of meanness and viciousness. Money has never yet made anyone rich. The richest person is the one who is contented with the least. Virtue is the only true source of happiness. A happy life is one which is in accordance with its own nature. The happy and the powerful do not go together. A man's as miserable as he thinks he is. He is most powerful who has power over himself. Happiness is a good flow of life. No man was ever wise by chance. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. Virtue, which means doing the right thing, is the only good. Pleasure is the only evil, and everything else is indifferent. The way to be safe is never to feel secure. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Difficulties show men what they are. A happy life is one which is in accordance with its own nature.